All right, so we actually have to choose which funds we want to invest in. And for anyone who doesn't have time to do research, I really recommend just starting off with the target date retirement funds. However, as you grow in investing, you should probably be more considerate of what things you invest in. And so I'm going to show you the basics of how you can look at comparing the investment options that you have with Vanguard. So what you can do is you can go to investing tab right here and go to Vanguard mutual funds. And let's do choose your mutual funds. And once you're here, you can scroll down and let's look at browse Vanguard's complete fund lineup. So we'll now see all of the various mutual funds / index funds that you can potentially invest in. But I'm going to jump straight down to these target date retirement funds. And what you simply have to do here is, depending on your age, you would choose the fund that correlates with what year you would retire. So just think about your current age. Let's pretend that I'm 20 and in 65 years from now, 45. So the year is currently 2021. So 45 years plus that, 2065. All right. I am choosing the 2065 fund. But what you can note here is, if you wanted to invest in this fund, you would just need to note down this ticker symbol, VLXVX. But now that we are here, let's actually do some research on what this fund is all about. So some things of note: price and performance. You can see that its current price of today, it's $30, and it's had a change of 0.06 cents. Here are some of the historical prices over the past couple of days. You can see this price chart for the past 10 years. And what this shows is that it, I believe, was created in March 17th. So it's only been around for 4 years, which makes sense because it's a 2065 fund. But let's compare that to a fund that, say, the 2030 fund. So 2030 fund would be ideal for anyone who's going to retire in the next 10 years. And you can see how it differs a bit. Actually, to see how it differs, we're going to look at the portfolio and management. And you'll see that this portfolio asset allocation is split between 88% stocks and 9.5% bonds and 1.68% short-term reserves, versus this 2030 fund. So 2030 fund, you'll see that the asset allocation is 66% stocks and 32% bonds. But to be a bit more specific on what this index fund is invested in, we would scroll down and you would see that the underlying funds are these 5 funds right here. So it's broken up into 40% total stock market index fund and 26% international fund and 23% bonds. Similarly, we go over to the 2065 fund and we'll see the asset allocation breakdown for the funds here. Now, the funny thing is these target date retirement funds actually consist of index funds. So it's not very descriptive because you're just looking at further index funds. So what I recommend doing to get a better understanding of what these index funds are invested in, Let's take the name of this fund and let's just go to Google. Put this in here, and you'll see this is the index fund that we were referencing. But let's click on the investor.vanguard profile, and we'll be brought back to Vanguard's page over here. But interesting, actually. So this is, the ticker symbol is VTSMX. I'm just going to copy this. And then let's just type that in here. Click on the investor page again. So it didn't choose this fund, but we can just go to Vanguard's website and type in that fund name. And interesting. So it's actually VTSAX. All right. Either way, you saw me trying to essentially get back to this page. With the fund now, I can do some more research onto it. And similarly, you can see the price and performance as you saw before, historical charts. But what I want to get at is this portfolio and management. So now that we're actually in the index fund itself, you can see a further breakdown of how the index fund is distributed across different sectors, as well as also the largest holdings of this fund. So this is some information here. You can see that 22% of these total net assets are within these 10 stocks or these 10 companies. And I believe if you wanted more information, you can click here, and then you can see specifically the underlying assets and how they are invested in within this fund. So that was just one example of the total stock market index fund, but you can do the same thing with all of these other funds as well. So basically, I recommend, if you're interested in investing in a particular fund, research it and get a sense of what is inside that fund and if it aligns with your, I guess, investment strategies. But yes, hopefully this is helpful. Thank you.